Morning, good morning. What's up, peeps? All right. So I've been noticing these streams have been very grainy, and I don't know why, because everything's in 1080 and I have a beast of a computer. So you guys that are joining, let me know if this, I'm trying to look on the other screen. I can't tell because it's kind of in a smaller screen right now. But let me know how's the quality of the screen. This is driving me nuts. I'm looking at some of the replays and everything's in 1080. I have all the great technology, but for whatever reason, it's looking grainy on the replays. So how is it looking on your end, guys, right now? Does it look grainy at all, or does it look completely clean? All right, so I was just talking to myself on mute. So, hey guys, I've been noticing for whatever reason, I can't tell because I have great technology here, but my streams have been playing in, I think, 720. They've been looking kind of grainy. On your end right now, does my screen look really crisp, or does it have any grain to it, or is it messing up at all? I mean, I have I don't even know, like a gig for internet and great computer, so it shouldn't be having any issues. So we're just trying to looks clear, but you're on your phone. Yeah, so let me clarify. Anybody on a desktop, so anybody that's on a desktop, let me know if it's grainy at all or if it's completely clear. I'll be able to look at the stream back later when I'm replaying it, but it's showing I'm in 1080, so it could be something wrong with the program or a setting in my computer if it's still having issues. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on in the pre-market, and we'll go from there. All right, so EVK, you'll see gapped up to 480 here in the pre-market, and that puts us on a daily chart right up over in this area right here. So we'll put it right around that 485, and then we'll see after that. So that would be previous gap right over in here. If you can break 480, then there's definitely some room to go. So 480 and is the high of day. Possible ascending triangle building. We'll have to watch and see. It also could be a triple top or a head and shoulders. So price has to clear that 480-ish level. And so we'll put some more, map out these support and resistance levels. So at the moment, again, if you look over here on a 1 minute chart, had a couple crazy 1 minute candles over here. But right now it's above the 9 and the 20 and VWAP. And we'll have to watch and see these zones right here if it'll go up and kind of break these levels right in here. So I like when price is above that 9 EMA, that blue line on the 5, the 1, and the 10 second. 10 seconds a little bit bearish at the moment. But I like to see those bull flags price near that 9 EMA and then use intraday resistance as resistance levels. So I like those little bull flags. Cleaner. I'm very cautious of when you see these crazy candlesticks like this, especially in the pre-market. So that's EVK. Next one, AUTL. That one might be interesting right now. So AUTL got up to about 685 in the pre-market, which puts us right on a daily chart, right above that pink line, which is the 50 SMA. I got one of these. These were our older style mugs that we got in the past, but now when I'm drinking on it, it sounds like I'm drinking out of a baby bottle. So if you look, it's like I'm drinking. It's got a little hole here, and I got to suck on this thing, and it sounds again like I'm drinking a baby bottle. So I got to mute myself. So that 50 SMA is this pink line here, which is this where pre-market high got up to. So we'll see if it can hold really. And then you have that $7 area resistance right up over in here. So be aware of $7 and then really probably 750-ish or so. And then these levels of resistance. This one's a little bit choppy too. These crazy candlesticks over in here. I like to see this stuff right here. Price moves up, comes back to that 9 EMA, gives that kind of bull flag. So this is what I like to look at more when the market opens, or if there's a very clean pre-market chart, stuff like this, right? Price moves up on a 10-second. See that nice little bull flag on a 10-second, and then you can kind of ride that up. That's my style. I like bull flags off that 9 EMA. So Ryan, you're still seeing 720 or less. That is just so bizarre to me. That's what I'm seeing. I just don't get it because it's running this restream program at 1080. You're on Facebook too. Yeah, I'm looking right here. I have a Logitech Brio camera. It's a 4K camera. I have a Yeti X Blue brand new mic, and I have two 4K computers and all these top of the line like USB monitors, and I just don't know. It should be streaming in 1080. I don't know if we have to just read. Yeah, I just makes no sense to me. We'll get it taken care of. It just drives me nuts when I'm streaming in 1080 and then it's outputting at less. I have probably I don't even know, a gig. What is my internet at right now? Speedtest.net. Could be internet. I don't think so. It's been running great. Look at that. It can't be my internet connection. Look at that. I'm almost at a gig. So I have a gig, a 4K camera, 4K monitors, streaming in 1080 in a Yeti X. It's 1080 for you on Chrome. All right. Let me see if I can. I'm going to move it up to my other 10K or my other 4K monitor. Let's see if I can zoom in closer. Actually, it's, I don't know. It still looks a little grainy to me. Let me just try, yeah, something doesn't seem, Something seems off. Yeah, I don't get it. It does maybe look a little bit better than it's been looking, but we'll get it figured out. It's just driving me absolutely crazy, though. But we'll get to it. I just got to let it go. My ADD's got to let it go. Let it go, ADD. All right, so that's AUTL, EVK. Let's take a look at DLPN. So DLPN got up to about $11 in the pre-market. It's touching off that green line, which is VWAP right now. And that puts us right here, $11. Let's look at a daily. You do have some resistance right around that 1130 area. It's right in here. And now it's failing down to about that $10 level, which is right down in this area down here. So look for some possible separation here on that 9 and 20. See if price can get above VWAP, those green dots, and continue up. And then you'll see these areas above as resistance. So EVK, AUTL, DLPN. Those are the better ones for now. Let me go back over to EVK. So see if this bouncing off that 9 EMA right now, possible bull flag forming. Then you have that 460 up to 480s resistance. Any other ones you guys want me to look at right now? Those are the three that are pretty decent that I'm watching right now. And be aware, market opens in about 6 minutes. Two more minutes left on this 5-minute candle formation, bouncing off that 446 level. See if that 450 will hold, and if price can break 460, then you have this level above 480s as resistance. So watching right here, that resistance right around that 460-ish level. Another 30 seconds or so on this candle. This 1 minute candle right up near resistance. Another minute left on this 5 minute candle. See how this 5 minute candle forms. Actually, new 5 minute candle forming now. It's touching back right here on the 9 EMA on a 1 minute. So you can see right here, it's kind of right in this area, this zone right here. See if this will hold. That's why I like that 9 EMA as a guide. I like to get it from trading it close to this 9 EMA as possible. 9 EMA is that like kind of like a short-term momentum indicator or moving average line. I'm going to look at AUTL again in a moment. You pull that one back up. Yeah, it's a little choppy. So you can see EVK is still hovering right around that 450-ish level. Be aware of this head and shoulders on a 1 minute. So we'll have to see how this 5 minute candle forms, see if it holds that, basically that 450-ish level. If 450 can hold, watch if price can break above this 460s and clear this 480s level. And then I would watch $5, just those whole dollar amounts, whole and half dollar, very important. So if price holds this zone, watch if price can go and break pre-market highs of 480, then keep an eye on $5. Another minute and a half to opening bell. I'm going to pull up AUTL again. AUTL might be interesting here. If it go, you can see there's a 920 crossover or prices above the 9 and the 20. See if this 9 EMA will hold. If this gets a push at open, see if it can clear this 680s level right up over in here and then watch $7 resistance, whole dollar amount. And then these areas down here on a daily. But nothing really going at the moment. AUTL and EVK are both over VWAP. All right, opening bell. Getting a bounce up to that 670s level. If it can clear this 670s, then watch that 687 level. Needs to clear this 680s, or you have a possible head and shoulders pattern here on a 5-minute. Showing some weakness, bouncing off the 20 EMA on a 1-minute, which is still that blue line, the 9 EMA and a 5-minute. Again, just a little bit overextended here. Be aware of that head and shoulders. So you want to see this 9 and 20 cross if you're bullish on it and push, or it's crossed already, but you want to see this 9 EMA push price up. So you'll see price, there we go, that you want to start to see this stuff. And down here, keep an eye on the 10-second chart. You want to cross over that you see here and have price push it up. But be aware, again, this head and shoulders area. Still struggling around this 670 zone. These are all the ones I'm watching now on my other screen. EVK, AUTL, DLPN, AGRI, and VXRT. Actually, VXRT is not what I'm looking at. Let me move that over there. They're all kind of meh right now. Below VWAP. EVK and AUTL are both touching VWAP at the moment. But yeah, none of them are really the setups I like. VXRT might be moving. Let's take a look at that one. All right, so here we go. It's moving right up to resistance at the moment. Want to see, so the new 5-minute candle is forming a new first 1 minute candle. So now you want to see, will this 9 and 20 cross? Don't be surprised if it potentially pulls back over here. Keep an eye on that 650. If you 640 breaks, watch the 650 zone resistance. Or sorry, 850. And then if 850 goes, then you have 860-ish. Right here, it's a bit overextended. Want to see if it can pull back here. So you have to be careful buying high near these resistance levels. You want to see those pullbacks. So watch for the pullbacks, on those 1 minute charts to that 9 EMA, and then you can keep an eye right here on a microsecond chart. See if you can get right here nearer. So again, it's a little bit overextended on a 1 minute, but I like to see a crossover on a 9 and 20. You can see here, but this 9 EMA, you want to see this hold right here, possible flag, and then get price above on that 10-second chart for a possible setup. Showing some weakness. So you see it's failing that angular support right there. It didn't hold. So it got one up right up to resistance, didn't hold and break out of resistance. Let's go back to AUTL. So AUTL selling off. I was looking at a possible reversal here, but it's kind of meh. So right now, all of them are pretty much selling off. Nothing really good to look at. So BTBT was on our watch list. That one is moving up. So you'll see BTBT was the one on our watch list going into today. And this one's making a nice move. So it's at resistance right around that $10 level. Needs to clear that $10. If so, I'd look at between $10.50 to $11 resistance. You can see it's a bit overextended on that 1 minute. So you got to be careful as this thing's flying. It's near resistance. A little bit overextended, but that was a nice one that I had on our watch list going into today. So this, if you were to trade this one, you would have looked at it right down here near the 9 EMA. You have to be careful with it out here. So you can see kind of this rising wedge-ish pattern. Probably is going to come down potentially and test this area here. Again, it's up near resistance. That's why I like that 9 EMA, because a lot of times you don't even need to draw that other line because you can use that 9 EMA as a guide. You guys see these patterns here? Rising wedge, hitting up here, coming down, testing the support area. Now, typically with rising wedges, they end up failing and falling down, but you got to watch and see. Again, a lot of times at the opening, first half hour or so, these things will go and they'll break out as well. So you'll see right here, kind of has this rising wedge. We'll see right here, can it hold that 9 EMA area or this angular support? If so, watch and see if price can break above this 1013 area and then clear high a day. Ryan, so I'll answer the first part in a second. Do you only day trade? No, we do. So I'm just kind of showing you guys, day trading in the morning. I'll show you guys swing trading as well. But I'm just kind of going rogue and doing stuff on social media, just kind of chilling and stuff. But we have 3 trade rooms right now where we have a futures trade room, a large caps room, and a penny stocks room. So we have 3 different trade rooms for all different trading styles. So I'm just kind of playing around, not playing around, but like just chilling on social media, talking to you guys. I'm more of a day trader myself, but again, in our community, we have all different style traders. And this is ridiculous. I don't understand why I'm blurry. I gotta try to figure this out right now because it just makes no sense why I'm in full high definition 1080. Makes no sense. Let me see. I look kind of clear though, right? Ryan, do I look clear myself to you and just not my charts? Although my video camera, I see myself kind of blurry. It's blurring. It's very odd. I just don't get it. I'm going to text Dan. Yes, I think check all your settings and your upload speed. Sometimes they cap that despite having 1 gig. Yeah, let me check my upload. I want to fix this, man. It just drives me crazy when I have all the right technology and for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just this program if Restream is not good. We're streaming on a few different platforms right now, but I mean, it shouldn't be an issue with. I mean, 40 meg upload, guys. I shouldn't have any issues with streaming with that. I was streaming way better quality before my upgrade. I think I was getting less than 10 before. Yeah, there's something wrong with this streaming program or something. We might have to. So keep an eye here on BTBT. So it failed that rising wedge. Now you want to see, is it turning into a falling wedge or a possible head and shoulders? So that 9 EMA is sideways at the moment. See if it can hold this previous level, that 980-ish level. So you want to see if this 980s will hold. If so, see if price can break that 990s. There we go. And then right around $10 resistance as well. So yeah, Ryan, it's happening on all the platforms, what I noticed too, because if I play it back on Twitter and YouTube's been destroying it. If I look at our YouTube, let me see if I can go over to. Okay, it's a delay. Yeah, look at that. See that on YouTube? YouTube, it looks terrible. Look at how grainy YouTube looks. Yeah, it might be Restream, the service we're using. We might need to have to get a different service. Look at how grainy this looks, huh? That's terrible. Yeah. But on my screen, I'm clear. Odd. Very odd. Yeah, I don't think it's my computer. I think it's the streaming service sucks. Dang it. Yeah, because I wish I could show you right now. I'm looking at my screen recording, and I look so clear, but the screen that it's showing looks terrible. New World Disorder. Yeah, it's on all the platforms. It's change your quality on YouTube on the gear icon from auto to 1080. It is. So we're using a Restream, this service called Restream, which is streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Right now, as I'm looking at myself, not to you, I look completely clear. But then when I'm going to these other platforms showing us live, you'll see I'm so blurry. You know what I mean? So when I'm going over to here on YouTube, Now it's not so bad. Eh. Yeah, but it's been doing it on all my previous streams. So the past 4 that I've done, not even just today, all weekend long, it's been doing it as well. Let's check out Twitter. Take a look at Twitter. Yeah, look at this. This is terrible. Yeah, but it's been doing it on all my previous streams. So the past 4 that I've done, not even just today, all weekend. See that? I mean, Dan says I'm 1080, but all right, I don't know. All right, I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to take a look at it. Eventually, we'll get it proper. All right, so it held angular support on BTBT, kind of broke out of that falling wedge. Now it's going up right up to that 1030-ish level again. So this is a nice one on our watch list, guys. You'll see I had this going into today, right up over here. See that? BTBT going into today. And we had an alert going on it. So you'll see this is a nice runner for today. So you have that 1053-ish high day resistance. And then yeah, 1050. I look at $11 resistance next. Yeah, see, I don't think that should be a New World of Start. It makes sense, but like before this, I just completely upgraded my entire computer. Like got 10 times the bandwidth. Went from 100. When I was at 100 meg download and 10 meg upload with a crappier camera using this service, we were fine. So something's going on with their program or something. I just don't understand it. Because even Dan's streams, Dan and I are doing it on. Yeah, we did make some changes to the Trevor, but is it still showing blurry with the 1080 today? Dang, look at BTBT, huh? Woof. Up to $11. Crystal clear, huh? $10.80's clear, but it was at 720 auto for some reason. Our previous streams was at 7. We did notice that they were at 720. But even today at 1080, as I'm looking at it, it's looking blurry everywhere. RMED. So this is where if you're new guys on BTBT, you got to be very careful buying near resistance levels. So this is high at resistance. You want to look to buy low, right? So watch for a pullback. See if this 9 EMA will catch up and price will pull back. Oh, dang. Yeah. RMED took off, huh? Yep. RMED right there. So watch for an RMED resistance right at that white line, which is a 200 SMA, that 555 level. Oops. And that 520s as well. Looks like it's halted. Dang, BTBT has no chill. Maybe it's the encoding type that affects image. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dan has a beast of a computer too, and his replays have been playing back blurry as well. We'll get it down. We just got to we'll go to a different service if needed, but it shouldn't be. Let me go back to BTBT. Right up here, watch resistance right at that white line, that 200 SMA. It's right at resistance. Bouncing off that 9 EMA at 1 minute. You have another minute and a half for this 5-minute candle to form. See if it can hold that $11 area. It's struggling right at $11. New world. I mean, if they're doing it everywhere because it's on Facebook. It's degrading on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, all three. And maybe that's possible. Maybe they're just on all the networks, just throttling it. Another 30 seconds or so on this 5-minute. Keep an eye. That $11 area is important resistance. Yeah. All All right, new 5-minute candle right above. Now it's got a hold right here. That $11 very important resistance. Coming back, retesting here on a 10-second, needs to hold this $11. Struggling, coming back down. Basically head and shoulders-ish kind of pattern right in here. A little bit of a fake out at the moment. You want to see if there's a crossover on this 10-second chart. Like to see if there's a possible flag that'll go and hold here, see if it can break that 1107 area, and then look at these areas above as resistance. There we go. See if it'll push up. See if it can break that right here, that 1107 area. There you go. And then watch for resistance around this 1120s area if it holds. Right up here. Struggling at the moment. Another 30 seconds or so on this candle. On EVK, I'll pull up EVK. Oh, there, yeah, there. I'll pull up EVK in a second. Yeah, so you're new to day trading. I've stumbled about trading crypto since early 18. I appreciate any knowledge. I've been getting pretty good at making my first trade of the day, but I still end up chasing. Yeah. M1 or faster on single core. I wonder if hopefully Dan's reading this because I have no clue what you're saying. Well, it's not even my Thinkorswim. Like I have, like when I'm even not logged into Thinkorswim, I'm doing it like on my e-signal as well. And even Dan was getting it on his stream replays. So guys, with day trading, New World, it's everybody has their own strategy, right? So, that's why mirror trading and all that stuff, you got to be very careful. Everybody has their own preferences. My preference is I like bull flags off that 9 EMA. So I like stuff like this. Goes up, pulls back, and price getting above that 9 EMA. I like it down here and down here. As it gets later, it's more risky. You have to be way quicker out here because everybody's watching it, right? So I like this 9 EMA as a guide. And then you see right down here, right? So I like a 9. I like when price is riding the 9 on a 1 minute, and then when it's doing it on a 10-second right here. So this stuff right here, right down here, not out here, not out here, not out here. That's, again, me personally. So I just letting things, like this ride the 9 on a 10-second, a 1 minute, and then be aware of how price is overextended here on a 5 minute. Look at how far price is away. It's going to come back down, at some point. That's why, again, I like this. Watch for the pullback to the 9 EMA in a 1 minute and look for price to be riding above like this on those microsecond charts. When it starts failing and going down like this, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a good dip buyer. So dip buying is not my strength. I'm not good at it. There's other people that don't like my strategy of doing bull flags, and they love dip buying. They have the patience. I just don't have patience. I don't like being in trades for longer periods of times. I like for it to break out or get out. You know what I mean? So, but other people will just wait and they won't trade like stuff like this. They'll just wait for the kind of the pullback to these support levels, and then they'll just they'll stay in it and they have the patience. I just don't. So going back to EVK, so you'll see right here with BTBT, right here, see if angular support will hold. It's right at that 20 EMA on a 1 minute. If it can hold and get back above that 9 EMA, then you look between that 11 to 1125 area resistance. On EVK, so another one, perfect example. So this one right now, it's up at resistance. So now you're buying high. So you can buy high and sell higher. That is a strategy that many traders do. You just got to be very quick. You have to be very quick. You have to have a good broker like Lightspeed or Speed Trader, someone that's a very high speed execution broker. But right here, then you can zoom in on a 10 second. If you were to try trading this, you might zoom in to right down over in here and be like, okay, I'll use this 10-second microsecond to potentially scalp and not fully just looking at a 1 minute. If you're trying to do these low floaters and you don't have those microsecond charts or looking at level 2, you can get really burned. So right here, you got to be quick on the trigger. So if you were to get in on a break like this, you're going to be like, okay, if this doesn't hold and that next 10 second doesn't break, you'd get out. So you'd watch these. This is why I like the microseconds for scalping. But you got to be very quick. This is a pretty volatile, and you'll see it's very overextended at the moment. So this is where I like, again, nearer to that 9 EMA right here, down in these levels. You're seeing it's a lot more volatile out here because everybody's watching it. But if you can catch it as it's going like this, then you can ride it out when it's out here. So there's a lot of that tug of war going on right now because everybody's watching it because lots of volume, it's a bit overextended, and that's running on the day. That makes sense, New World? Buy closer to these support areas down in here. Be very careful when it's way out here. That's why I like that 9 EMA. See how far price is away from that 9 EMA. If it's overextended, it's probably going to want to pull back, right? So look at how far it is on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute. That's good to know, Ryan. Thank you. We'll get it figured out. I might have to yeah, and that's the thing is it's our greed, it's our emotions, it's all those things because you don't know. I don't know what this stock's going to do. This thing can go and completely fly or it can tank, right? So that's where kind of many of our times our greed gets in. You get in, you'll always sell too soon. But it's I mean, you're never going to always sell the tops, especially with low floaters. Wix. Yeah, what have you learned from the Wix? Another 20 seconds on this 5-minute candle. All right, new 5-minute candle. There you go. Needs to see that. This one's crazy right now. Right at this level right here, needs to hold this 506-ish level to 513. Want to see it break. There you go. Now watch for support right around this 507 level. This is where like not being too greedy comes in, right? So this is if you're looking at it right in here in anticipation of a break, right? If you got in at 496 or 497 area, you're up over 20 something cents right now, right? So do you want this thing to go to the moon? For sure. But you don't, it could fly or it could completely tank. But remember, there's traders that, that may have bought in 10,000 shares that are up 20 something cents, they're going to take their profits. 10,000 shares at 25 cents, that's $2,500, right? So you got to keep all that stuff in your mind. Or 1,000 shares at 20 something cents, that's $200, right? It's the same 20 something cents. It's just one trader's making 200, one trader's making over 2,000. So my point being is when you see these things kind of going and breaking out like this, you can hold longer if you get a good entry, but also be aware it could dump right back down as well. And that's where greed comes in. You can say, oh, I'm going to sell right in here. And then you can kick yourself if the thing goes up another 25 cents. But hey, at least you made it with 25 cents profit rather than you were up 25 cents, you wanted to get 50, and now you're down back at your entry or below, and then you get caught in a halt below, right? So that's where you got to have that kind of that strategy of not beating yourself up. You'll always sell too soon. You're never going to always sell tops. Take the whole number and run with it. Yeah. Those whole numbers, definitely they're $half amounts as well. Whole and $half amounts. You'll see right now, price is right at that 550. Got to be very careful at that $half amount. Struggling right at 550 right now at the moment. Right back down to that 550, right below it. So that's the thing too. Like, so if you got in over here at, like I said, that 496 and you sold up here at 520s, you'd probably be kicking yourself because it went up to 550s. So what? You know what? I mean, if you get an earlier entry, like I said, you can stay in potentially longer and ride that 9 EMA or stay in a little bit longer. That's why your entry is important. But, you're going to kick yourself for selling too soon. But, if you didn't, now you waited up to 550 and now it's coming back down to 530s, right? So what if you got in back here, you held right here, great 550s, and now look, it's getting back down to your entries pretty quickly, right? So this is where you could have been, or actually down over, where was I looking at? Oh, down over in here, right? So that's where, again, you got to be careful with greed, especially with day trading. You know what I mean? You're going to sell too soon all the time. Yep, that's a good, yep, that's good as well. Selling before those whole and $half amounts as well. So you can do it and take away the emotions of kind of, putting those sells in ahead of time, or you could watch candlesticks. again, everybody's system's different. If you get the early entry, you can definitely stay in a lot longer. You know what I mean? If you got in down over here as price is crossing VWAP, you could still be in it this entire time. Right? But if you're chasing it way out here, you have less time to be able to be in that trade. All right, guys, I'm going to end this now. I'm going to still play around with this technology. I got to get this all clean. I got to get this working properly. This is going to drive me nuts. Even right now, I'm looking at myself and I just see all this like grainy sparkles on my face. So annoying. All right. We'll get it fixed sooner or later. Have a great day, peeps. Later.